Okay, so this might seem a little strange to some of you all, but I promise you, we are building to something. This is Strange Tales number 112. If you guys remember, we read Plant Man, we read Scarecrow, we read Porcupine, and now we are going to the EEL, or except here they call him, see the Human Torch on the brink of doom as he battles the living bomb. I don't think that's correct. There's the fella right there. Look at how weird he looks. He's just a jumpsuit wearing guy. His name is the EEL. I'm too late to stop the EEL. The atomic explosion will occur in less than 1 second. Uh-oh. You don't say. Also in this epic tale, another great guest appearance of the fantabulous Fantastic Four. Guest appearance. It's gonna be the Thing. It's the Thing. It's always the Thing. The Human Torch and the Thing, they always work together. They're like a duo. It's like a team up. One sunny afternoon, as a blazing form hurtles through the sky towards Glenville, capturing that mob of smugglers was a cinch. Now to swoop low over the jam-packed section of Glenville and give the local gantry a big fat thrill. Man, will the chicks' hearts go pit-a-pat when they see my favorite flame, namely me. You're a bit of a snob, you know that? Bit of a snob. Well, I mean, the Human Torch isn't known for having the most, I don't know, humble personality. I gotta get my water. Otherwise, to be honest, announcing these comics for so long, dude, it messes up your throat. Kicks the breath out of your gut. The Human Torch faces the threat of the living bomb. Written by Joe Carter. You don't say. Say, how come no admiring waves or cheers like usual? If I didn't know better, I'd think everybody was sore at me, but that's impossible. What in blazes is going on here? Has the town gone nuts? Yeah, no, it's not possible that people could be mad at you. Oh, I get it. The novelty of seeing me flying around overhead this way must be wearing off. Well, if it's super thrills they want, that's what they'll get, by golly. Seconds later, oh, he wrote his own name in the sky. He wrote his own name. God, haven't seen that before. Not bad. My personal autograph, written in letters of fire. My fans ought to get a charge out of that. Hey, wait, nobody still seems to give a darn. So they want something more sensational, huh? What are you doing? Oh, look, circles. That's great. Here's something that'll make them sit up and take notice. If anyone calls me a show-off, I'll just say I'm trying to put some life in the old town. A swirling target of flames. And then, oh, he's the arrow. Okay. And now, like a fiery arrow, I'll whiz right smack through the center. Bullseye. Holy Hannah, still no cheers. Boy, this is one day I should have been stood in bed. What is that? A piano? Finally, zipping repeatedly up and down in the sky at a fantastic pace, as he flashes along, the flaming fireband creates one of the most astonishing sights the world has ever seen. There, a blazing version of Niagara Falls. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. It would be neat, like, if you lived in Glenview and, like, your local neighborhood superhero is the Human Torch and he just puts on random shows for you. I would enjoy that. You know what? Yeah. That would bring me cheerfulness. Okay, they're watching now, but instead of applause, I'm getting dirty looks. I better fly home and see if Sue can tell me what it's about. Oh my god, it's the Invisible Woman's. A few minutes later, he greets his sister. Johnny Storm, careful of my new drapes. Hey sis, what gives? With our friendly neighbors in the burg, they all act like I gave them the hot foot. Susan Storm, as we all know, is the female member of the Fantastic Four, better known as the Invisible Girl. Well, there's your answer. TV commentator Ted Braddock has been panning you all day. What? Thanks to the flood of phone calls from aroused listeners, I'll continue to expose the Human Torch as the glory-hungry nuisance he is. That's not an expo. We all know that. He is that. That is what he is. We all know. This swell-headed teenager has been flaunting his ridiculous flaming power around town as though he's better than we normal citizens. Holy cats, did you hear that, Sue? It's complimentary compared to other things he's been saying. Jesus Christ. The Torch makes a mockery of law and order by deliberately springing fantastic razzle-dazzle feats to make him appear more glamorous than the police. He's undermining our citizens' respect for courageous law officers. Policemen put their lives on the line when they battle ruthless criminals, unlike the Torch. Wait, he can die? He's not invincible. Police officers can't hide behind the freak protection of a shield of flame. The Torch is interested only in the spotlight. He has no real sense of responsibility. He's a grandstanding kid who, but that's a lie. It's true, it's a lie. He could be killed. He can be killed, right? He can be killed. He's not the android Human Torch. He's just a kid. He can be killed. Johnny, I wanted you to know that the police appreciate your help. We don't agree with Braddock, but he's turning the public against you. Thanks, Chief. I'm gonna tell that loudmouth off. Now control your temper, Johnny. Yeah, dude, you're gonna get... Oh, shit, look at his car. Ooh, what is that? I was just at the Peterson, like, a couple weeks ago, and they had a whole bunch of those old vintage cars. They had, like, old prototypes. Prototype everything. It was so cool. They had, like, a specific room that's locked down, and it has, like, the most expensive cars in the world in it. It's crazy. Yeah, I bet Johnny Storm's car is in there. Remember, Johnny... He's got a lot of influence, so take it easy. Sure, I'll play it cool with that crumb, Braddock. Shortly at the TV studio. It seems Johnny Storm, alias the Torch, has interrupted our telecast to defend his reputation. Go ahead, Firebrand. Tell us why a mere teenager like you thinks he's better than our police department. Well, I'd be glad to, fella. I can see it won't be easy to come with this character. Mr. Braddock, you've got me all wrong. I just want to help the law. Bunk. For those who don't know, bunk is how they used to say shit back then. But they can't say shit. Because it's a comic book, what's been denied by the Comics Code. Bunk. Just a while ago, you staged a show in the sky over to Glenville to impress everyone. While we're fed up with your corny tricks here. Not me. Draw a giant dick in the sky. I don't care. That shit's fucking hilarious. For gosh sakes, just because I wanted to give the folks a little entertainment doesn't mean I'm a publicity hog, doggone it. Oops, my temper got out of control and I flamed on. Uh-oh. You're gonna die. What that fiery disposition of yours, a menace to society. Get out of the studio before I have the janitor turn the hose on you. And the typical reaction in homes throughout the land. The Torch's attitude towards Mr. Braddock, his elder, is shockingly disrespectful. I always thought the Torch was sweet, but now he reminds me of a spoiled brat. Yeah, I could kick myself for flaring up like that. Is Braddock right? Am I a hot-headed kid who's got no right to monkey around with crime fighting? Just because a freak of chance changed me into the Human Torch? Gosh, I feel all mixed up. That evening, an odd-shaped helicopter descends through the night sky, then hovers beside an iron-barred window in the laboratory residence of Charles Lawson, the famous inventor. What? Wait, I'm gonna read that again, because I feel like there's at least two important plot points there. Okay, that evening, an odd-shaped helicopter descends through the night sky and hovers beside an iron-barred window in the laboratory residence of Charles Lawson, the famous inventor. Okay, so here's the villain origin. A light touch on this control button is all I need. There goes my hydraulic power ram. That's fucking cool. I don't know if that would work on a helicopter. Presto, with a gaping hole now where the iron bars were an instant ago, it's time for the eel to make his appearance. All right. I'll enter the lab where Lawson's newest and greatest inventions are being created, and still a choice prize. Every device he develops turns out to be worth a fortune. The alarm's ringing, but who cares? For now, I have Project X, which for everyone knows is a handbag. Then, as the mysterious intruder seizes a small case, Project X, this is well enough for me to carry. Oh, here comes Lawson himself, aroused by the alarms, no doubt. It's the eel! Stop! Don't take it, eel! This is beautiful. This is fucking great. But as the inventor tries to seize the eel, I can't hold you! A greasy mixture on your outfit renders you as slippery as the creature you're named after? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. You did it. You did that for me. You did that for me. You didn't have to cover yourself in grease, but you did, Eel. And that's why you belong in the Silver Age. You would have been fine. A super spy, purple jumpsuit, gadgets, that was enough. But you went the extra step. And because of that, your score, it's going up, buddy. Your score is going up. Not a chance. If you want it so badly, it must be worth thousands. Which totally isn't even a lot of money now. You must have heard of the electric eel. Just like him, when I press this electro actuator, my costume gives off an electric shock. Strong enough shock to anyone into insensibility, but my costume protects me, of course. He's a robot. I love it. Returning to his strange craft, the eel flies through the enshrouded night, then causes his vehicle to alight to the roof of an aquarium on a deserted beach. At a deserted aquarium as well. Oh my god, this guy did the homework. He did the homework, and he came to, when he comes to make a comic, he comes to make a comic. Aha! My special contraption is causing metal plates to swing up in prefabricated enclosures, which will hide my plane completely. Of course, he knows all this, but thank you for letting us know. Soon, inside the aquarium. Oh, look, he's got little fishes back there and everything. My little pets. The world would be amazed to know that Leopold Strike, the aquarium's law-abiding caretaker, is none other than society's newest menace, the eel. I've spent every penny I saved from my criminal pursuits to buy my plane and other equipment, and it is proving to be well worth the cost. Now, he's forced the bag open. What is inside? Some kind of miniature machine. What if it wasn't? What if there was just like a smaller handbag inside of it? Some kind of miniature machine. There's a lever on its side. Shall I press it? No, I'd better not. No telling what might happen if I did. Well, even though I don't know what the gadget's for, I know it must be worth a fortune. So I'll sell it through a fence. Oh, I don't know. What does it do? You're just gonna leave me in suspense? Terrible. Newsflash. Professor Lawson has announced the eel stole a bag containing a miniature radioactive atomic pile. Once the bag is opened and the device is exposed to air, unless a lever is pressed down immediately, nothing can stop the atomic blast from going off 1 hour later. You fucked up, Eel. You fucked up. Among the terrified listeners throughout the city, a worthy named Moxie Canahan. The explosion could level several city blocks, atomizing everything in the area into nothingness. If the eel has opened the bag without pressing the lever and is still carrying it, he's a living bomb. Oh, Jesus. Shortly, Moxie, who happens to be the eel's fence for disposing of his stolen goods. Perfect. Just tell him the mistake he made, and this will all be over with. I've brought you a real beaut this time, Moxie. Hey, what's eating you? It's the lever. Did you pull down the lever when you opened the professor's bag? No, I didn't. But how'd you know who I took this from? It's on the radio. You're a living bomb. Get out of here with that atomic power before you blow up the whole neighborhood. The device may explode any time now. Well, no, just push the lever. Now you know about it, just push the lever. Look at it, he told you, push the fucking... As the eel flees into the night with the mechanisms, one of the greatest manhunts in all history begins. As the police, the army, the navy, and the secret service swing into action to find the living bomb. Meanwhile, Johnny Storm's inner doubts are temporarily put aside. Unless the eel is found promptly, thousands may die. One thing's sure, this is no time for me to sit around and stew. I've got to flame on. But then, as he is contacted by the leader of the Fantastic Four, it's Reed. Look at him. Look at him on that television. Gosh, he's so handsome. Wait, Torch. Let's make a group project of this emergency. That's not really... It's not your book, buddy. It's not your book. No can do, Reed. Every second counts. I've got to find the eel now. Ironically, not only superheroes want to join the hunt, but supervillains as well. Release me from this cell, Warden, and I guarantee that the world's greatest intellect will find the eel quickly. Sorry, wizard, we have enough to worry about without you on the loose again. Bah! The wizard. I'll find him. Look at him, he looks menacing. I'll find him and I'll do an episode on that guy. Flying to Lawson's lab residence, the Torch offers his services. I was hoping you'd come, so I prepared this transmitto device. You mean transmitting device? One of its elements is so rare, I doubt if I can ever build another. Well then what are you transmitting to? Note how it's absorbing the personal molecular vibrations of the eel, which registered on some of the slippery goo that came off of his costume. If you flame off one of your hands and carry the transmitto in it, you'll be able to... Yeah, whatever. I'm way ahead of you, Professor. Give me that gizmo and watch me take off like a cannonball express. High into the sky zooms the flaming human torch, then an instant later, while holding the transmitto globe in non-fiery hand, I'll launch a tracer fireball. There it goes. With the eel's body vibrations to guide it, it'll seek him out like a bloodhound on fire. Whatever, I guess you have that power, whatever. The amazing fireball snooper whizzes and arcs and then suddenly swoops downward, a shadowy form below. Yes, I found him. It tracked the eel down to where he's scampering like a cornered rat. Now to swoop down and grab him. That's not the eel. Down zooms the fiery pursuer, yet unexpectedly. The eel's tall and skinny. A big fat lump like you can only be. It's the thing, you pin-headed pipsqueak. Call off that flaming cornball before I stuff it down your throat. Then, as the startled human torch extinguishes his fireball, Jeepers, I was so shocked to discover it was you instead of the eel that I dropped the gadget which gave the fireball the ability to trace the eel's vibrations. Oh, you fell on the transmittal like a 2-ton truck and smashed it. But why would the tracer fireball lead me to you? Well, probably because I was carrying a taunting note written in the eel's own handwriting. He left at one of his crimes. The note had the eel's vibrations, I guess. After borrowing it from police headquarters, I was taking it to Reed, hoping it would help him figure out some way to lead us to the eel. But you and your cockamamie fireball burnt the only clue to a cinder. Yeah, you blazing brat. You had to gum up the works. I had to pot your little hot head do for this with this. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Go play hopscotch with the Yancey Street gang. I've got no time for games. I've got to deactivate the living bomb somehow. Torch, you're not looking good right now. You're not looking good. Meanwhile, in the outlying area. But I told you, I did tell you guys, I called it. The thing would have a cameo. There. I'm rid of that accursed atomic pile at last. It'll blow up in those lonely woods where no one will get hurt. Now to clear out fast before Lawson's infernal gadgets explodes and destroys me along with it. You didn't even bother to take one look and figure out what it was. But as the nimble criminal wings off, the helicopter is sighted by his sharp-eyed flaming nemesis. And also, why on earth would you invent an atomic bomb that's small enough to be hidden inside of a bag and automatically activates itself, but then the switch to deactivate it is literally attached to that very same bomb? Why would you build that? What is the purpose at all? I don't know. So we meet at last, Eel. Quick, give me the atomic pile. There may still be time to find a place where it won't harm anyone. I'm way ahead of you, Torch. I've put it in a safe place already. Mister, I'll believe it when I see it. Now talk. Where is it? I'm not telling you nothing, hothead. You don't frighten the eel. Go away before I snuff you and your flames out forever. Why wouldn't you tell him? What difference does it make? But the torch suddenly whizzes into a dazzling display of pyrotechnics. Here's a flaming dome for you. There's no way for you to go but down, wise guy, if you want to escape the little old heat waves. Professor Lawson's aqua attractor gun. Note how it's drawing a damp drizzle out from that cloud overhead. If you flame out this height, you'll lose your ability to fly and fall helplessly to Earth. What? Aqua attractor gun? You're just making shit up. Well, yeah, of course they're just making shit up, but it's just like, wow. The eel has everything. True. So as I streak off to avoid the vapor, I'll cripple your whirly-burled blades. Unhappy landings, creep. Then, as the copter plane is forced to the ground, now, you will tell me where the atomic pile is hidden. I'll tell you nothing except that you are in for another unpleasant surprise. Suddenly and unexpectedly. Just as I knew, the aqua attractor caused the underground water level to geyser up and give you a shower bath. His flames! No, not the flames! But flame or no flame, I can still get the info I want out of you. Think so? You forgot my costume's electronic shock abilities. Have a free jolt on me, buddy boy. You'll get a charge out of it. Jesus Christ. The EEL, he's good. He's good. You flamed on again. Wait, how? You gonna explain that? He was wet. How did he flame on? Fuck it. Fuck it. We only have 2 more minutes to get this comic done. You outsmarted yourself with your electric massage, reactivated my molecular flames, converting me into the torch. Whatever. Now I'll show my gratitude by melting that aqua attractor toy of yours out of existence before it gets you into more trouble. God, I'm loving this. Look at these colors and the artwork. It's beautiful. Wait. Without the water attracting weapon, I'm no match for the Human Torch. And I know it. Listen. Team up with me and we'll grab all of Earth's wealth together. Agree, and I will tell you where I hid the atomic pile. You're whistling Dixie. I don't bargain with crooks. Are you gonna tell me what I want to know or not? I hid it at the south side of the woods. I knew no one would get hurt there. Look, I'm removing the electronic activator. I'm harmless now. To the south side, there's a veterans hospital near those woods. I'll radio headquarters and tell them to evacuate the hospital. And there's not enough time for that. The atomic pile will reach critical mass any second now. Wait, I've got an idea. It might mean sacrificing my own life, but I'd rather go out in a blaze of glory than stand idly by. Those vets risked their lives while defending ours, and it's my turn to practice their kind of guts. Shit, are you serious? Is this actually going to reach a crescendo? And at the top, the vet hospital. The phone calls from police headquarters said the torch would try to save us. Look, he found the atomic device. But what can he do? Uh-oh. My flame molecules indicate the atomic pile will explode a split instant from now. I've no time to dispose of the bomb. I'll have to zoom up towards the stratosphere and try to absorb all the flaming heat fury of the explosion in my own body. When the super blast occurs and a mini moment afterwards, dead. Or not, maybe. Holy Hannah, look at that! The Human Torch must be using every iota of his willpower to siphon the full force of the atomic explosion. Oh my god, into the sky within his own body. Imagine the superheat and the devastating radiation that are being drawn forcibly upward. None of it is spreading sideways towards the hospital. The torch has saved us. He's fabulous, but what about his fate? Can he survive the deadly flaming superheat he's attracted to himself? Then, high in the stratosphere, the torch wills his body to expand into a supernova, rivaling the brilliance and power of an exploding star, which ironically is powerful enough to destroy Earth, so we won't talk about that. And as the blinding incandescence fades and wanes, down topples the unconscious limp form, no longer aflame, Johnny Storm plummets down towards the distant Earth. But as the self-sacrificing teenager spins dizzily downwards through the somber night sky, I've caught him just in time, but the game kid beyond help? Then, as Mr. Fantastic's elongated arm retracts, drawing an inert Johnny into the waiting Fantastic car. Quick, Sue, speed us to my lab at once. He's so still, he's dying, he can't, he mustn't. Oh my god. Don't say that, Sue. Nothing can kill that spunky little squirt. Who am I kidding? Johnny's a goner. Frantic minutes later, the astonishing vehicle descends onto the roof of the Baxter Building in New York, which houses the Fantastic Four's headquarters. Is he gonna? No, he's not gonna die. There's no way. Only one hope. A new ray I've been working on, which may be able to restore half-dead cells to full vitality. I noticed he said may. In the movies, things usually turn out just dandy. But this ain't no movie. No, it's a comic. That to that kid, I don't know. It can't happen. It can't.
But I think of the way I used to fight with him all the time. But he always knew I was just kidding. At least I hope he did. He can't cash in without knowing how I really feel about him.
Okay, the thing. Okay, that's enough. That's fine. We can go on without. Keep it to yourself. And then the long, torturous wait begins. What do you think, Reed? Is the ray doing Johnny any good? He looks helpless. Come on, Johnny. You can do it. You've got to do it. Don't let go, kid. It's your greatest fight. You've got to win it. In Glenville, TV commentator Braddock has received permission to interrupt a scheduled broadcast. Listeners, by now all of you know how the Torch risked his life to save the Veterans Hospital. What you don't know is that my son, Dan, is a patient there. Dan was rescued from death by the Human Torch. I was just a stubborn, opinionated bigot. I misjudged the Torch. Said things against him which I'll always regret. A glory-mad kid, I called him. Well, they were just the prejudiced words of a bitter fool who envied Johnny Storm's spunk and mighty powers. Yep, that's objectivism, folks. Johnny's the real man here. I realize now, though, that today's teenagers may be more uninhibited than they were in my own generation. The whole world is different now, and today's kids are as fine as ever. What I'm trying to say is I apologize. But a news flash just came in. No! The bulletin says the Fantastic Four's desperate attempts to save Johnny seem hopeless. He's failing fast, his life hanging by just a thread. Throughout the nation, people grieve. Oh, it cannot be true. There is not one blue coat on the entire force who isn't all broken up over this. We loved that kid. A great loss, not only from the Fantastic Four, but to all of us. And as for the underworld, the Human Torch dying? Bah! My only regret is that I can't claim the credit. 1 down, 3 to go. Now if we could just get rid of the other members of the FF. But then, the final bulletin is issued. Fuck, you're gonna undo everything, aren't you? I want him alive too, but god damn it. I haven't fucking had time to grieve, fuck. But then a final bulletin is issued. Wait, wonderful news just arrived, folks. Direct from the FF headquarters, Reed Richards' ray has proved to be effective. The Torch is recovering. He's gaining strength. He'll live. The Human Torch will live. Minutes later, the nation goes wild in a spontaneous demonstration of happiness and relief. Oh my god, he is alive! That fucking teenager is alive! But the celebration is not exactly unanimous, for the members of the underworld don't share in the enthusiasm. You heard the news, Baldy. Ah, shut up! Days later, we find Johnny Storm recuperating in his home. And who is visiting him? Why, none other than the cheery, lovable, polite chap known as the Thing.
I was crazy to promise myself I'd always talk nice to the kid. I withdraw my pledge on the grounds of temporary insanity.
Fucking hilarious. Alright, Thing. Say, how about that new colored TV set Braddock gave to me as a makeup present? It's terrific, isn't it, Ben?
Well, as long as you're looking for payola, sonny boy. If you had any sense in that hollow head of yours, you'd have done a favor for some big shot at Fort Knox, where they keep all the gold, see?
Only a loudmouth nut like you would think of something so dopey.
Loudmouth, am I? I didn't love you so much, Hey,
while I'm up here, how's about you sweeping the floor down there, gruesome? This is one time I won't try to stop them. It's great having everything back to normal again. And, Finn, you did it. You did it, Johnny. They said that you were a stupid teenager, but you proved them wrong. You proved that they're wrong and that you are a real hero. See, Johnny is good in his own solo series. And what about that eel character? I love it. I love the eeliness of him. I love the fishy aquatic theme. I love the fact that he's a super spy and he has gadgets, and it's good. That shit is good, man. Yeah, this is another 9 out of 10, dude. They went all the way. They took that, what is this? Fucking 12. They took these 13 pages and they went all the way, and they told an epic, dude. It had nuclear bombs, a nuclear explosion. It had super spies. It had mobsters. It had a hero dying. It had every member of the Fantastic Four. It had, oh my god, this might be a 10 out of 10. I don't know, because 10 out of 10 says it's perfect. You know, fuck it, 10 out of 10. This was perfect. I am thoroughly entertained. I am thoroughly happy. I feel cheerful. I feel it was very well done. It had an inciting incident. It had an introduction. It had a full character arc. You know, it was good. This was freaking fantastic. I don't know. Enough said, I guess. What do you guys think? I give it a perfect 10. Beautiful art, colorful. The world was well developed. It was really good. This was masterful. This was masterful. I can't wait. I gotta look in through more of these Human Torch stories and see what else they got. But anyway, that's it for this comic book. If you liked reading this comic with me, you want to read more comics with me, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.